Before we start the show, I want to let you know something that I found out just last night. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in May. And yeah, I share your feelings. It's not just the end of our show, but it's the end of The Late Show on CBS. I'm not being replaced. This is all just going away. And I do want to say that the folks at CBS have been great partners.
So, gossipers, that's the news that was announced July of 2025, that the Stephen Colbert Late Show would be off. The Late Show will be off. And like he said, he's not being replaced by another host or anything like that. They want to bring a new show, and this new show is by Byron Allen. He is a comedian. I know of Byron, but not to know of him as a comedian or that he had a show out. Now, the show that's going to replace it, it's called Comics Unleashed. Yeah, Comics Unleashed. Let's take a look at this trailer for that show. The show that's replacing Stephen Colbert time slot, which is 11:35 p.m.
Late night just got funnier.
You ready to get your laugh on?
Byron Allen brings a 2-hour comedy block to CBS Network.
That is a very big deal.
Comics Unleashed, followed by Funny You Should Ask.
My 6 champions of comedy.
2 shows, 1 block, and a lineup of great comedic talent.
Wow, that takes balls.
This is comedy's late night home. Comics Unleashed and Funny You Should Ask on CBS starting May 22nd at 11:35 p.m.
Yep, so that's what's replacing the Stephen Colbert show. Now, I've never heard of any of these shows. So, good luck to them. It's going to be a hard reach for them because Stephen Colbert, he already has his core audience, right? He was on there for 11 seasons. And his very first guest was George Clooney. And I think this was back in 2015. His very first guest. And, people were there speculating that who is he going to close the show out with? And I was like, well, if you opened with George Clooney, why not close with George Clooney? I know the other day he got together with some of the late night hosts. He had Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, what's his name? John Oliver, I think it is, and Seth Meyers. And with Stephen, him number 5. So they were on the show with him, and like they said, the last day of the Late Show is May 21st. Then the new shows, where you see right there, starts May 22nd. Again, I never heard of these shows. We'll see how it does in that time slot because it's going to go up against people like, Seth Meyers and Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon. And I'm not quite sure. Just looking at it, I am not quite sure how many people are going to take to those 2 shows, to be honest with you. So, good luck to them. Byron Allen, apparently he's a comedian. Like I said, I knew of him. I just didn't know what he did. And it looks like he's really accomplished in the entertainment space. And Stephen Colbert, he said he met him last year and basically, just wished him good luck. So let me see if I find where he said, basically, just saying congrats to him. So, okay, so it says prominent producer Byron Allen is set to take over Colbert's time slot at 11:35 p.m. Eastern with back-to-back half-hour episodes of Comics Unleashed. It will be followed by the comedy game show Funny You Should Ask at 12:37 p.m. So those are the 2, commercials that you saw. And with an interview with a Hollywood Reporter, Stephen Colbert was said, God bless him. I know Byron. We got to meet each other last year, actually. He's fascinating. You know his history with Carson, Colbert told the outlet, referring to the fact that Allen became the youngest comic to perform on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson when he was 18. So he was the first comic. And before Stephen Colbert, I think it was David Letterman, right? Because sometimes I get confused with The Tonight Show and The Late Show. So The Late Show is Stephen Colbert, right? Yes. So who was Conan O'Brien? No. I looked it up. It said that before Stephen Colbert, it was David Letterman. Anyways, his final show will be on May 21st again. People are asking who is the guest. So, and like I said, I think he should close out with George Clooney. Anyways, gossipers, what are your thoughts? Do you think these two shows coming in can survive, be a challenge for, Jimmy Fallon and other late night talk show hosts? But yes, like he said, he's not being replaced. It's just that they're scrapping that show. No more Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And I have a feeling he's going to go to YouTube. Look how many people leave television and go to YouTube and make it big for themselves. Like, what's his name? Don Lemon. He's a reporter, right? A journalist on CNN, and then he went to some other network, and now he's on YouTube. That's where he's sticking and staying. And then you had like Ebro in the Morning Hot 97. They were fired from their morning gig, and now they're on YouTube trying to grow their channel. So, it's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him on there. Now, would it be a daily thing? We're not quite sure. But that's where entertainment or news, celebrity news, or regular news is going, is on social media, because people tend to listen more when it's on social media. Anyways, gossipers, what are your thoughts? Again, do you think these two shows can do anything? And are you a watcher of the Stephen Colbert Show? And will you be watching his final show on May 22nd? So as always, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Hopefully I don't get strike for the shows, because I heard like music in the background, but hopefully it's not, too much for them to put a strike. But, we wanted to show you who was taking over. And as far as I can see, I think they're going to have a difficult time. You heard it here first. I think they're going to have a difficult time. Anyways, gossipers, again, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.